Oh, hey, flippers. Hey, I let you know I'm still alive. Yeah, it's been a long, long time. I apologize for that. The flipping genius is still alive and flipping. I've gone through some serious changes and some serious retooling of my business plans, and I just wanted to at least say hello. I apologize for, being so quiet. Those of you who are on the car flipping forum have probably seen me a few times, but for those of you who just follow the podcast or the YouTube channel, um, not so much, right? But for those of you who actually are watching the YouTube channel, then you saw one of the things that I've been doing a lot with my time, and that's this new publication called Tidbits that we are producing here in North Alabama, Limestone County, Alabama, to be uh, exact. Yeah, yeah, a paper publication created in 2024. Actually, this publication is a franchise that I bought into that's been around for over 30 years and is produced throughout the country. Some of you may have seen the Tidbits logo before. I don't own the whole thing. I just own the rights to it in Limestone County. And man, it has got me working like I haven't in decades. Just to be straight with you, I am out on the streets. Here's the honest truth, I'm kind of proud of this because I'm an old cat. I'll be 64 next month, and I don't let it stand in my way. Yesterday, I walked in 67 doors. The day before that, I walked in 66 doors, and introduced myself and my paper, and in most of those cases, left some behind to distribute because that's what we're doing. But it's a print publication, and we're also online. You can go to AthensTidbits.com and see all of our issues if you really want. It's an interesting little publication that's got a lot of fun. I tell people it's got games and puzzles and stories that don't make anyone mad. Hopefully, no one mad. Um, but my purpose is to sell the advertising, create income, and for those of you who followed along with Flipping Genius and with you know particularly what I do with car flipping over the past several years, you might said, Randy, why would you do that? Why would you? Well, it's partly because I'm coming to a point where my wife will no longer be working, and I would like to have a little more security, and I've had some difficulty in the car business, and I think I've voiced that. So I saw an opportunity to put my hand back in something that I have some experience with. I did some publishing back in the 1990s and early 2000s, and advertising background a considerable amount with both personally, on my own and with some major companies. So um, it kind of made sense to give it a shot, and the cool thing about this right now is that there's a lot less competition in the world for print publishing. You may say, well, there's not as much of a need for it, but I'm really finding that it's very, very effective advertising tool, and it's actually helped me with my flipping efforts. You That may shock you. I'm you I practice what I preach, and I advertise, boom, right there, that we're buying houses, and I advertise that that what was that we want to buy your unwanted vehicles. I advertise that in the publication that's going out to being distributed from like 250 places around rural Limestone County, which is just adjacent to my home. And the phone's ringing, not at the moment, but the phone is ringing. I'm getting responses to my website. I'm getting people who want to sell me houses, want to sell me their vehicles, and because of the efforts I'm putting in to the Tidbits publication, I don't have as much time as I did to do the cars. So I'm I'm doing some partnering with some good friends who are active full time in the car business, and then I've got a team on the real estate side. So we are very much set up for that to be prepared to where do we go? Oh, wait a minute. We're very much set up to um, buy houses and cars still, of course. Anyway, sorry to get off track there. So the advertising is actually creating more activity for me, and that was that was kind of the Methodist no, the method to my madness all along. Um, so I wanted mostly to come on and just say hello. Kickapoo Joy Juice. Um, I wanted to tell you what was up, so you knew that things were still going. Hey, if you are a member of the Car Flipping Forum, now more than ever, man, get on there and share with each other because I admittedly, I don't have as many stories to tell and opportunities to tell them. And that's just a real thing. But we've got, I think, 1,300 people on there. And these are real people who want to know more about what you're doing and would love to share what they're doing. It's a real thing. I worked hard to build that. Keep using it, man. If you're not a member yet, just go to flippinggenius.com, FLIPPINGENIUS.com, and there's a link you can join for free. Free to join, free to join. Please just answer a couple questions so I know you're not trying to scam and spam everybody. The car flipping pages on Facebook are still live. The one in North Alabama is booming, about 35,000 members there. So if you're in North Alabama in the Huntsville area and you want to sell a car for $5,000 or less, that's the way to do it. It has worked well for me for years, and it's another place to look for cars that you might be able to buy at less than you're going to be able to buy them from the dealer auction. If you want information, and frequently I get people asking, how do I do this? How do I do that? And so often these days, because I'm on the road, I really don't have time to answer the question. I just tell them, go to the back issues, the back episodes of the podcast, go to the videos. I have recorded pretty much everything that's up here as far as car flipping has been put on past episodes. 185 episodes, I believe. Well over 100 videos. There's a lot in there, but if there is something that you would like me to cover, something you can't find there, and you would like me, my input or a referral to somebody, send it to me, flippingquestions@gmail.com. Post it on the Car Flipping Forum. I'll do what I can to get you an answer. It won't be instant because, man, I am out cooking it and cooking it. I just made that up. I really am. I am out busting it on the streets. It is fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy that. And while I'm out there, by the way, and keep this in mind, man, if most of you are probably doing something else besides flipping, always be asking about your flipping. If it's just cars you're flipping, or if you're like me and you're flipping houses and cars, and frankly, I've got some other merchandise that we're going to be flipping through auctions soon. Always ask. I mean, I talked to a young lady the other day at Dollar Tree, I believe, and I was at Dollar Tree where I knew that I couldn't. I probably couldn't display my paper, but I just happened to be by there. My cheap ass. I was buying lunch, and and I said, hey, can I leave some of these here? And she said, no, you can't. And I said, I didn't think I would be able to. I said, but Mom always said if you don't ask, you'll never get anything if you don't ask. And she said, What did she say? She said it perfect. People in Alabama say good stuff. She said, "A closed mouth don't get fed." I think that's what she said, and I just liked it. I hear fun stuff like that. But I'll tell you one thing is cool when you're out making 66, 67 walk-ins and walking and talking and bringing up this stuff, you're going to hear a lot of good stuff out there, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun just get out there and meet the people. And when you're meeting the people, say, "Hey, do you know, man?" I tell you, I don't think there's a better way to buy houses and cars than by asking that question. Do you know? I came across two yesterday, houses. I got two houses. I probably got I think five car calls this week that I turned over to somebody else because I right today I'm not looking to buy any cars. I've got I got my stuff car wise. I got things working. And I'm honestly I've closed down my car lot, so I'm not doing it full time. I'm back to doing it the way I did it when I first started talking to you. I am a car flipper, and I'm that's my plan going forward. Because I'm also a house flipper, and I'm going to be a landlord more. I'm going to do a lot more of that kind of stuff. And like I said, got other stuff that we are, flipping. That's really I'm not gonna post the pictures over here because I'm gonna be knocking up knocking at my door, coming through my door when I'm not here to pick up all the stuff we've got. But we've got a lot of cool stuff that I am flipping. If you want to know more about that, maybe we can talk. I could probably do a show on flipping other things. Um, but there's always kind of opportunities. If you recall, I had Tori Boyd, a good friend of mine. We do we're both songwriters and we've done Bible studies together. Tori was on. He was talking about flipping boats, flipping golf carts, and flipping guitars. And Tori does awesome job at all that stuff. And I'm taking it, I think, to a whole nother level because I'm getting people involved on the auction side that are going to be able to do the sales for me, for a fee. I am never afraid to pay a fee to an auction house, to a realtor, um, to my mechanic. There ought to be enough money in there for all of us to make some money. And if they're not, it's probably not good flip, and that's a lesson right there. Hey man, I've probably spent more time on here than I wanted to because I wanted just to say hello. Thank you so much for listening to Flipping Genius. Please continue to look for new episodes. Please continue to suggest new episodes. If you would like to be a guest on Flipping Genius, I'm sorry, I can't make it happen right away. And I know there's a couple of you who I put it on hold, and it makes me mad at myself. But I hope you understand. I've just got a lot of other stuff cooking. Um, but if you'll drop me especially an email to flippingquestions@gmail.com, or go on the car flipping forum, and just send me a message. We'll try to get you on a schedule so we can do a recording because I'd love to get more voices on Flipping Genius and tell more stories and tell more about how to do this and how to make money. Man, let's work together. Let's make some money. Let's all become flipping geniuses.